G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. I am deeply sorry that I didn't have a review up last week. We have a couple people out sick at work, so I've been picking up some overtime, and that left zero time for me to get a review out to you. Working the night shift, and yeah, coming home at 6 a.m. dog tired, I sit down, and before I know it, I am asleep. So I have had everything set up, sit down to relax for a little bit, get my thoughts together for a review, and I wake up and it's to my alarm. It's one of those things. So I do apologize for that. But it's been quite a ride. So anyway, I pulled out a good action figure for you guys. One of my personal favorites from the Iron Grenadiers. We're going to be looking at Undertow. Any Frogman I really like. Since I was a kid, I've always been fascinated by divers. Even at one point in time, I wanted to be a scuba diver. As a kid, I think underwater exploration is very fascinating. It's a different world in the ocean, under the water. There's so much we don't know about what goes on under the waves. We know more about the surface of the moon than we do about our ocean on our own planet. It's pretty treacherous. You know, we can only bear so much on our bodies, diving down so far without the weight of the water crushing us, or without us getting the bends. Of course, oxygen is a limitation. We're better equipped to go out into space than we are to travel under the waves, so it seems. So yeah, the ocean is just wonderful. It's a beautiful place, and she is as dangerous as she is beautiful. Hence the word Undertow. That's why Destro chose such an ominous name for his divers. Undertow, what is it? It's a current that travels under the water, that's unseen, that travels in the opposite direction of the top current. The water could be as placid and as crystal clear as can be at the top, but you step in it and you'll be swept away. Why? Because of the undertow. You could have a current going east and an opposite current going west or off to the side. A lot of people get caught in an undertow and drown. The best thing that you can do if caught in an undertow: 1, don't panic. 2, swim in the opposite direction of you're being pulled. Don't fight it and try to swim forward. Swim off to the side and you'll be okay. So, plain and simple. With these divers, I doubt swimming off to the side when you see one, you'll be okay. Doesn't work like that. So, these Undertow guys, they were released in 1990. They were on the pegs only for a year, until 1991. Yeah, blasted 90s. They only gave us stuff for an entire year, which really stunk. You get some really cool figures like the Undertow, and boom, he's gone. At least they didn't slap a fresh coat of paint on this guy and call him version 2. I think that would have ruined this one. So they just never released him again. We didn't see another one until, what, 2002, 2003, and he was a Fred Meyer release that came in a multi-pack, and he was completely decked out in red. Did come with any scuba gear, but he was still Undertow. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this action figure. His original retail price, if I could remember, they were like in the 90s. I think they were around $299 to $325, somewhere like that, in the 90s. So they still weren't too expensive. $399, something like that. All depends on the store I was shopping at. Really, it's a manufacturer suggested retail price. So wherever you went, the prices were always different. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this sweet action figure and get on with the review. Okay, here he is, Undertow. Came with some really interesting accessories, but we'll take a look at those here in a few minutes. Let's look at his file card first. You will see H1 down in the corner, so this was the release in 1991. A little bit of the card art from the front. 1991, they released a command ring with the action figures. So this reads, codename Undertow, Destro's Frogman, the enemy. And he shows him with his mask on and one eye. That was it. He just had one eye available. So it reads, any frogman can operate efficiently in clean water under optimum conditions, but Undertow, in capital letters, are especially trained to function and fight in murky, polluted waters that clog busy industrial and military waterfronts. His wetsuit is made of a non-toxic, anti-corrosive material. Organically face mask is coated with silicone to repel oil slicks, and is organically conditioned against his hostile biological agents and infections. He's organically conditioned. Wow. Biological agents and infections. So this guy is a walking antibiotic. How about that? Well, swimming in sludge and sewage, he would have to be a walking antibiotic, wouldn't he? Undertow, in quotations, will swim through anything. That dude would swim through fire and gasoline and swim up through your toilet and everything else. This guy makes leeches look friendly. It's almost impossible to defeat him in his own environment. Put him in a swimming pool and you'll drown him. If we have to take him on in his own backyard, we first have to get tetanus booster shots before we move out for action. Best defense against this slime swimmer is to keep a safe distance and throw grenades from behind a well-fortified enclosure. Yeah, I would say so. You want to throw grenades into the water with this guy before you get in, just so you don't get sick from what he's swimming in. All right, so let's look at his accessories. So he comes with your typical hose that came with the Joes after starting from 1986. He came with a sea sled. Nice detail on this. Handlebars, non-removable. And on the bottom of the sled, there's more detail on the bottom. You could see right here, there's a fan and some more machinery and a torpedo. Yes, came with one red torpedo. This is often missing, but it does slot right onto the bottom on a dumbbell peg. Here's the water intake on the front, and it gets expelled through the back. It kind of looks like a manta ray to me. He came with an animal companion, a barracuda, or this looks like a gar fish to me. Either or. I think this is more of a barracuda. Animal companions like this, they never got played with. He came with this trident. Very cool looking trident. This penetrates. You're definitely not getting it back out of you. 2 flippers. These were later used for Shipwreck, or aka Stinky Diver, if you followed that show. No left or right fin on this guy, but those flippers were reused. And he also came with his mask, his dive mask, with which this hose, it's too long. This is a replacement hose, but you just hook the mask to the sled, and that was how he breathed. Hook the mask to the air hose, you get the idea, and hook him to the sled, and that was how he got his oxygen, was through the sled. The mask is a hard rubber. The person that I had purchased this from tried to touch up the mask and did a little overpaint on it, but or a hard plastic, or a soft plastic, I should say. Undertow himself, I do like the colors on him. You have the kind of a deep green with the red swimsuit, red wetsuit on the top, and the bottom he has a gray wetsuit, and he has silver armor plating here on the front, and here on his left leg he has a dive knife, stripes on his sleeves, and this also looks like an additional air tank, or it could be a scrubber. These look like little lights here on the armor to help illuminate his face, and of course his face is completely obscured, but that's a pretty decent looking face for the diver. This was definitely put in the water, as you could see the screws on him, except for the legs. Those were replaced, but the screw in his back is really rusty. A good looking material, or a good looking paint scheme on him. I really wanted this one as a kid. Anytime I had money, I could never find him. So it was that was always the case. Anytime I didn't, he was there at the store. So never had this one as a child, and eventually I was able to purchase him as an adult. Finding him on the aftermarket complete is a bit of a challenge, and we'll cover that here in the next segment. All right, so very popular figure, very good looking figure. If you had this guy, let me know what, if you did have him or do have him, please let me know down in the comments. I would really appreciate that. I do get back with you guys. It's one of my favorite things about this channel is hearing from you guys. But as I was saying, finding him on the aftermarket complete is getting to be more and more of a challenge. Finding him, when you do get him complete, this one is still pretty pricey. You'll pay anywhere from $35. I've seen them as high as $90, depending on condition. So this guy is best if you just try to get him as complete as you can and buying the accessories later on. If you're shopping on a budget, this is a build on a budget action figure. Pay for what you can as cheap. Get it a tongue-tied. Try to get the best deal as complete as you can, and pay for whatever parts are missing, and watch the shipping cost, and you'll come in under the most expensive price that they're asking for, and you'll come out on top. I've done that with a lot of toys, and I'm just patient. Patience is the key with that. Build on a budget, especially if the shipping is free. You know, I've completed a lot of things on a build on a budget program, and I've come out okay. I've done well. So that's just my method of shopping, and just wanted to pass that tip on to you guys. But yes, please share your thoughts on Undertow. I really want to hear about your experiences with him, or any Joes that you have. Any ideas for a review. Cobra Island, I am still working on finding the remaining parts to your request. I have most of it together, so just bear with me on that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate that too. And stay safe out there, especially in this warm weather. Remember, stay hydrated. Very, very important. Weather's getting wacky all around the country. Especially if you come out here and visit Arizona, and you want to hike some of our popular trails, and you think the weather isn't that hot. When you start off early in the morning, it gets hot very quickly. Okay, by 9-10 o'clock, we're already up over 100 degrees, sometimes at 110 by 10 o'clock. So I suggest that you wait to hike our beautiful mountain trails until the fall, unless you're conditioned for the weather, or bring plenty of water with you. Hydrate well before you go, and as you hike, stay hydrated. because you lose more water than you think. We lose it through our breath, everything. Through our saliva. There's more, it's called sensible water loss, that we lose water. So, yeah, stay safe out there. Just be careful. Remember, be kind to everyone around you. You never know what type of day somebody's having. An ounce of kindness does go a very long way. And be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. So give your furry friend an extra hug, extra treat, just to let them know that you really do appreciate them. Even a feathery or scaly friend, you know, let them know that you do care for them. So we'll see you next time for another G.I. Joe toy review. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.